You may have heard about global warming in news channels or from your school, college, or from a friend. So you probably have some questions like what is this global warming? Why this warming is happening? Is it something serious to be considered? If yes, then what can you do about it? Hi, my name is Deep and you are watching Novus. Do you know the earth we live in is heating up? Both land and oceans are warmer now than they were when we started keeping records in the early 1880s, and temperatures are still going up. In short, global warming is the rapid heating of Earth's surface, oceans and atmosphere. If you look at the graph, you will find that there is a significant rise in annual mean temperature post 1980. But you may say that this whole temperature rise thing is natural process and it may have happened in the past. I will not say you are totally incorrect because science is all about evidences. But if you look at the last 1,000 years of evidence from the records which are hidden in rocks, that is geology, it is showing that this type of temperature increase is something to worry about because it has not happened in at least the last 1,000 years. So let us try to look at all the sources which can cause this global warming and how they have contributed in the last 1.5 centuries. The first one is the sun itself, which has not changed much since 1850. It is not volcanoes which cool the earth for a year or two when they erupt. It is not aerosols. These tiny particles from human activities reduce warming as they reflect more of the sun's energy back to space. It is not changes in land use. The conversion of forest land into grazing land, which reflects more of the sun's light, has had a modest cooling effect. So is it ozone pollution? Yes, an increase of ozone in the lower atmosphere may have resulted in a minor increase in temperature. The major contributor is the greenhouse gases. Rising concentration of the greenhouse gases as a result of human activities is by far the biggest cause of global warming. Global temperature rise is a major factor which is contributing to climate change and extreme events. We have seen it all. More and more extreme events. Severe rain, cyclone. We are losing our forests. Endangered species fighting for their existence. People losing their way of life and pushing towards what we call climate refugees. Actually, it is making all the extreme events much worse, kind of like extreme events on steroids. So the major contributor, that is greenhouse gas, includes different types of gases such as methane, nitrogen oxide, carbon dioxide, ozone, chlorofluorocarbon, carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide. Even water vapor is also a greenhouse gas. But in the atmosphere, you will not find all the gases in the same quantity. For example, about 77% is carbon dioxide and 16% is methane, and other gases are in minor quantities. A major problem is even if the quantity of methane is less than carbon dioxide, the impact of methane on global warming is significantly higher than carbon dioxide. A kg of methane will produce an equal impact on global warming as 28 to 36 kg of carbon dioxide for a long-term 100-year period. If we consider a nearer term 20-year period, then a kg of methane will have the same impact as 84 to 87 kg of carbon dioxide. The major contributor of methane in our atmosphere is cattle, majorly cows. Cows produce almost 120 kg of methane per year, which is significantly higher than any of the other animals, almost 1,000 times more than a human adult. According to Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, also known as FAO, livestock is responsible for 15.5% of the total release of greenhouse gases worldwide. This is even more than the global transportation sector. According to FAO, there are approximately 1.5 billion cows and buffaloes in the world. Brazil has the highest cattle inventory. Livestock uses almost 30% of the Earth's entire land surface. Additionally, 33% of the arable land which are suitable for crop production have also been converted for livestock production. Additionally, cutting of forests so that cattle grazing land can be created is a leading cause of deforestation in the world. 15% of the Amazon forest has already been cut to create space for livestock. Some 70% of former forests in Amazon have been turned over to grazing. The data suggests that over the years, meat and dairy products demand has increased, and the trend will continue. This is a problem because with increased demand for meat and dairy products, more cattle will be produced. Therefore, the ill effects on land use, forests, and global warming will continue in coming years. Another thing we may be forgetting is that dairy and meat production facilities are in the center of animal abuse and cruelty. They use innovative and painful ways to kill animals. Currently, we may not care for them, but I believe we should. So what can we do about it? First and best option is always to just stop. stop eating beef and dairy products. But I'm aware that this option will not be possible for many. So at least we should try to reduce our intakes. Removing or minimizing beef and dairy products from your diet will have a huge step towards fighting climate change. And you will be doing a huge favor to your upcoming generations. If the first option is not possible, then opt for the second option, science. There are startups which are focusing on mass producing lab grown meat, which tastes exactly the same. Rather than slaughtering animals, scientists are using animal stem cells to create meat. Stem cells are the building blocks of cells and tissues, and by feeding them amino acids and carbohydrate, the muscle cell multiply and grows in lab. Once muscle fibers start growing, it results in an artificially created meat that resembles actual meat in terms of appearance, texture, and nutrient profile. Similarly, there are startups which are making milk in labs. The milk products have all the benefits of natural milk, but they can also remove the lactose from milk because many people in the world are lactose intolerant. Currently, lab-based milk products have seen more success than lab-based meat because lab meat is still trying to match the tenderness of real meat. I understand it will take some time for lab-grown meat and milk to be popular among people. Because how can people leave a practice which they and their ancestors have been doing for the last thousands of years? But I believe possibilities are huge, and with opportunities, these startups will improve in both quality and quantity, and over the time will revolutionize the whole meat and dairy sector. Just it is important to at least consider these things as one of the options. So I have a question for you. If lab meat and dairy products are available to you, then are you going to consider these things as one of your food source? If yes, then why do you find it attractive? If no, then how can companies make it more attractive to you? What are the things you need? Share your views in the comment section below. Thank you very much for your time. I'll see you in the next video. Jai Hind.